Hi everyone, we are back with another session of Strategize with Get.Set.Law. Today we'll be talking about reading comprehension. Now, as we saw last year on the CLAT, reading comprehension had some very easy passages and some pretty difficult passages as well. For example, the passage about the Kiladi civilization was quite difficult. Similarly, the passage that was taken from a book by Salman Rushdie, that was also, difficult. It required next level reasoning skills, though that happens to be my favorite passage from the test. Okay, so those two were beautiful passages. Then there was this another passage about Delhi water supply that was okay to read, that was very easy to read. So it was a mixed bag. Now, generally, when we talk about reading comprehension, okay, we look at again. I would recommend for any paper-based test, look at the questions first. Looking at the question will tell you how you need to look at the passage. Okay. And that will really, cut down your time required. For example, if a lot of questions are inference based or there is a main idea question, then there is no other option but to read for the main idea. But if all the questions are, you know, which of the following has been mentioned, which of the following is true as per the passage, then you could possibly, just scan through the passage, find the answers quickly and move on. That said, there is no substitute for reading the passage first, looking at the questions, but reading the full passage before starting to attempt the questions. So today what we are going to do is we are going to look at a small passage. Okay. After reading that small passage, so what you should do is pause your video, read the entire passage. Now this passage is on 2 slides. The first slide is full of text. On the second slide, there is only 1/4 of the slide has text. So only one paragraph there. Okay. So pause, read for the main idea. What is the author trying to say here? Then you move on to the next slide and again confirm whether you got the main idea right or is the main idea on the second slide. And then you also look at, okay, what are the supporting ideas there? So what are supporting ideas? See, a main idea is what the passage primarily wants to discuss. What are supporting ideas? Supporting ideas are ideas that feed into the main idea, strengthening it, giving it more evidence. Okay. And what are peripheral ideas? Peripheral ideas are facts that are mentioned in the passage, but they are not so relevant to the passage, to the main idea. So today we will read a small passage. We will be reading for main idea, supporting ideas, peripheral ideas. So peripheral ideas are kind of irrelevant to the main idea, but they are mentioned in the passage. Let's start. So you can pause this, read and then come back and I will continue explaining this. So when you play your video again, you will be able to listen to my views on the passage. A new study has concluded that Pakistan is the country most influenced by China. So this seems to be something related to geopolitics. Pakistan is influenced by China. The China index, then there is a description of what an index is, ranks 82 countries as per varying degrees of dependence on Beijing. Pakistan is followed by Cambodia. Cambodia is number 2, so Pakistan is number 1. Singapore is 3. While the Central Asian countries of Kazakhstan and Tajikistan also feature in the top 10. The index focuses on 9 domains to assess China's sway across the world: academia, domestic politics, economy, foreign policy, military cooperation, law enforcement, media, society and technology. I think everything about a country could be, I would say maybe 90% of anything about a country could be is contained within these 9 domains. So, what is the gist of the first paragraph? That Pakistan is heavily dependent on China. It is the most influenced country. Now, the next paragraph, cash-strapped Pakistan's heavy reliance on China for financial support is no secret. According to an IMF report, about 30% of Pakistan's foreign debt is owed to China. Now, here, look at this. Is anything so far an opinion? In the first paragraph, a new study has concluded Pakistan is a country most influenced by China. Fact, he's just reporting the findings of a study. First paragraph is purely based on reporting. So it's a fact. Second paragraph again seems to be listing out a series of facts. 30% of Pakistan's foreign debt is owed to China. Chinese fiscal assistance is higher than both Pakistan's IMF debt and the amount given by World Bank or ADB. The China-Pakistan economic corridor has witnessed infrastructure projects worth billions of dollars being funded and built by Chinese companies. China has been rewarding its close ally by repeatedly blocking India-US proposals at the United Nations to proscribe. Proscribe means ban or prohibit. It is the opposite of prescribe. To proscribe Pakistan-based terrorists. Everything in the second paragraph is also fact, fact, fact. Can be verified, right? Now, look at the opening sentence of the third paragraph. There is a lesson here for the United States. Now, this is an opinion. There is a lesson here for United States, which is recalibrating its defense and military ties with Pakistan. Calling Pakistan an important counter-terrorism partner, the US had approved F-16 fighter jet fleet sustainment program. 4 years after, Donald Trump suspended about $2 billion in security aids for not taking adequate action against terror groups. So, what does the author seem to be saying here? Well, you seem to be going the wrong way. You are supporting Pakistan while your previous president had blocked aid to Pakistan for not doing enough to control terror groups. Washington is fooling no one by claiming that the F-16 package is not expected to alter the region's basic military balance. Now, this is again an opinion statement. The author says the F-16s will alter the region's military balance. Washington might say it is not going to happen, but that is not true. Okay. Let's move on to the next paragraph, the next slide. Instead, so Washington is saying, well, this is not going to alter the nation's security scenario. Okay. Washington is fooling no one. Instead, the US is playing into China's hands by bolstering Pakistan's military prowess vis-a-vis that of India. Beijing wants to keep New Delhi occupied on the western border so that it can have its way along the LAC. So, Beijing, China wants that India should be engaged continuously on the Pakistan border so that China can make inroads into India. America is well advised to avoid expending the money, effort and resources on Pakistan, which continues to be held in a vice-like grip by China. Again, an opinion statement. America is well advised to avoid expending money, effort and resources on Pakistan. So, again, he reiterates that US should not be spending money, should not be providing aid to Pakistan. India's objections to its Pak overtures should make the US see reason. Again, an opinion statement. India has been objected to the United States military support to Pakistan. United States should realize that India is actually, in the right. India is pointing in the right direction. So, what is the main idea? The main idea has to be about an opinion. Facts cannot be main ideas. Facts are simply facts. A collection of facts is simply a collection of facts. The main idea has to be an opinion. So, what seems to be the main idea? That, well, Washington should stop military aid to Pakistan. Okay. So let's look at a few statements. You have to tell me whether this statement is a main idea, supporting idea, or a peripheral idea. To remind you, main idea will be only one, and that is the gist of the passage. Supporting ideas could be many. They feed into the main idea, they strengthen the main idea, and peripheral idea is a fact that or an opinion that is mentioned in the passage but is not really germane to the main discussion. So let's look at statement number 1. Pakistan is heavily dependent on China for financial support. Everything revolves around this, that Pakistan is in a vice-like grip of China. Okay. So that is why Pakistan will do China's bidding, and that is detrimental to the regional safety and stability. So the United States should stop security aid to Pakistan. So this is a supporting idea. Let's look at this one. So again, pause your screen, think about it, and come up with an answer. What do you think this is? Supporting idea, main idea, peripheral idea? The United States should not have approved the sale of F-16s to Pakistan. The author says Washington should stop security aid to Pakistan. So this is an example of security aid. So this will be a supporting idea. This one, again, pause, think about it, come up with an answer, and then check your answer. The US needs to rethink its military strategy vis-a-vis Pakistan. Now, this has to be the main idea, because that is the primary focus of the author, that the US should stop military aid to Pakistan. So this has to be the main idea of the passage. Let's look at this one. Again, pause, think about it, and play. Pakistan-China nexus is likely to have ramifications for geopolitics in Asia. This feeds into the author's main argument that United States should not be providing security aid to, defense aid to Pakistan. So this should be a supporting idea. Okay, what about this one? China has been indirectly supporting Pakistan-sponsored terrorism by blocking any moves by United States and India in the United Nations. So this again strengthens the author's argument that United States should not provide defense aid to Pakistan. So this should be a supporting idea. Let's look at the last one for this passage. Apart from Pakistan, Cambodia and Singapore are heavily influenced by China. So yes, the passage does mention China's influence on many countries, but the passage does not say that United States should not provide defense aid to Cambodia or Singapore or any other country, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan. None of them is mentioned. So this is a peripheral idea. This is not relevant to the main discussion that United States should not provide defense aid to Pakistan. So this is a peripheral idea. With this, we come to an end of today's session. We'll be back with more such sessions, with more practice on reading for the main idea, reading for the supporting ideas, reading for the peripheral ideas. That will help you. Such exercises are intended to help you come up with a better strategy for your reading comprehension passages. Apply this for your practice for one of your tests and see how this works out. Thank you. See you the next time.